Da, da,
Is
da.
this happening?
Here we are, our awkward start to our show where we're like, is it live? Is it not?
Okay, you're channeling Precious now, aren't you? I love it. But you don't have clogs and dancing.
No, I don't know clogs. I need to remedy that. I could use some clogs.
Okay,
Hi,
first
everybody.
in shoes, you need clogs, and I don't know, do I need any kind of shoe? I'm going to get new running shoes because I just want to say one thing. 40
Yes, please.
days of minimum running 1 kilometer every single day. Day 40 was today.
Oh
And
my
now I
God.
do a lot of longer runs and I love it. And it's actually kind of fun.
Oh,
But
you.
yeah, so I'm kind of psyched about it, I have to say. So we're going to talk today. And do you actually see us in there? Or we are actually there? Okay, good.
Oh yeah, I do.
We're going to talk. Okay, we're going to talk today about something we posted last weekend, because not only was there some debate in the community, which, by the way, we love. Nadine will tell you, I love nothing more than people disagreeing with me and showing them how I'm right. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I love nothing more than being challenged, though. Like, I really love it. And when I changed my mind, I actually love it even more because it's like, oh, I learned something interesting. And I so this is what we asked. We asked, would you rather wake up tomorrow and be working A, your dream job, but with only enough money for basic necessities, or B, a high paying job that you hate? So quick answer, 20 people chose a dream job with only enough money for basic necessities, and 8 people chose a high paying job that you hate. I did not allow people to add options because I'll tell you why. I was setting a circumstance, and a circumstance is like a fact. It's like in society today in Toronto, Canada, right now, people would agree that this is a glass. You know, it is. It's not worth arguing that. It's like, whatever. It's just,
is it
like,
half full or half empty? No, I couldn't resist. Sorry.
Stop being annoying. No, it's kind of like that thing about shit happens to us. We can't control everything. It's really annoying, but we can't control everything. We can't control other people. And sometimes things happen to us, and whether it's fair, unfair, no matter what you feel about it, it is a fact that it happened to us, right? Good, bad, we can't control every single thing in the world. And so what I was doing with the premise is saying, suddenly I have a magic wand and I can control everything, and you get to make one choice tomorrow, and you are going to wake up, and when you wake up, it's either this or this, and that is the facts. Then you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. And that was the basic premise, okay? So going from there, Nadine, did you want to jump in?
Well, I was chatting like sort of on the side with someone about like other options, right? Because the first thing we try to do when the options are binary is try to find like, well, what about this option, right? And so I think that's
sometimes
really
binary things are binary.
However, sometimes binary things are binary because the circumstance is what the circumstance is. And I hope I'm not gonna name names here or anything like that. But the response that this person was contemplating was like, neither, because I'm looking for a balanced exchange, not fueled or fed by anything other than reciprocating energy, feeding me and others in some way. The absolutes of the question to me felt like grasping/greed and narrowly focused in on black and white, especially around work being the epicenter of life, but that's just me. I thought that was really interesting because it was a totally different way of looking at it.
Wait, sorry. How is it a different way of looking at it, though? Because not a single person doing the poll would choose that, as far as I'm concerned. Right? Like, to me, the whole point is, to me, both of them are very unattractive. They're terrible options.
Well,
they're
to this
horrible.
person, I think they were horrible options too. Yeah, that's interesting, right?
So it's kind of like, we agree with you that this is horrible and it forces you into something that doesn't align. To me, that's the entire point of the poll, is you're being placed into a situation that sucks one way or another way as a circumstance. Which one are you going to choose?
Yeah.
And then, but here's the thing. If you want to get into the wiggle room, here's where it is. And this was very intentional. I did not say, and you are stuck with it forever.
Right. Right.
So to me, and I'm going to get, do you want my answer right now?
I do. I'm just like,
or do you want to finish the other thing first?
Well, I'm just reflecting on what you just said. I a little bit, because you and I had a conversation earlier this week about it. I kind of know where you're going, and I want you to share that with everyone. But it's interesting because I had put, so if I had to choose between those binaries, I had chose your dream job, but the pay only covers your basic necessities, which is a path that I had until about 6 years ago when I moved towards high paying job, and then it didn't really like feed my soul in the same way. So I know how both those things are horrible. It's
Who's been in both of those?
Yeah. But so interesting, right? Because either has trade-off. One is like, you're happy at work, but then when you come home, you're always feeling a bit behind. The other one is you're unhappy at work, but when you come home, you're able to give yourself.
Sorry, would you like to speak in the first person now?
Yes.
One of our little jokes. You're not allowed to generalize. We're all different.
Totally. So when I would come home and I was in a position where I had a high paying job, and it felt like high paying, right? Like eventually you come to a plateau with any number. I think that's the thing people don't realize, that there are people who make $400,000 a year and feel like they don't have enough because they have filled their lives with things that are expensive.
Okay, wait. We're going back to the point here.
Okay, back to
not talking about money mindset.
So what I was going to say is, when you have the high paying job that you hate, the interesting thing is, in your outside of work life, you have access to more, you have resources to throw money at things that you think make you happy or help you get distracted, like that next vacation, or let me distract myself with a kitchen renovation or whatever. I think they both make you feel there's a not enoughness.
Can you go back to the first person?
For me, I feel like there's a not enoughness with both of them. Like both.
Yeah. And
they're either ends of the same sword for me.
The whole point is that, yeah, nobody's going to want this, because I mean, I've worked with enough, there's nobody who's going to say, some people choose to make compromises somewhere or other, right? And that's something, but nobody's going to say those are the choices they want, right? Some people have decided they have to settle for one or the other, though. And that's not what the question is here. It's just if you wake up tomorrow and you have to be stuck with one. And it's interesting because one other person who I won't name said something like, well, I'll take the high paying one because I can distract myself with buying things. And I'm sorry, but I had to laugh at that person, because I'm sorry, she's full of shit, because I know her and there's no way that she would settle for that in real life if her soul wasn't being fulfilled, because she's had those options in her life and she said, no, thank you.
Right.
So I'm sorry, can I just say I'm not even buying it? So I didn't say forever is number one, is the most important thing. So to me, it's kind of like, I thought it was interesting, but I'm gonna go to where I am, because I've had both of those situations and they've both sucked in different ways.
Sure.
Because we're gonna say basic necessities, so that's like not that little bit more. And you know what? I like spoiling people. I love it. I want to do some things that cost money. I like having a nice home. Do I need a big, huge home or anything? No. But like, I'm pretty psyched that I have cozy places to sit on my deck right now. Love it.
Yeah.
And again, my biggest thing is like, I want to spoil people. I want to feel like if somebody needs help, I can give it. And also, some of my family lives far away, and I want to be able to make sure, like, I want to be able to go visit them.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, looking at those things, what would I do with a lot? And also, but here's the other thing is, I tend to not perform very well when I'm in a job that doesn't align with my values. I've had experience with that, and I'm not at my best, and it doesn't bring out the best in me at all. And it kills my soul. And little by little. So So here's my thing though, is I looked at this and I know that in the past I would have started doing math. Like, okay, well, if I had money, then okay, I can save money, quit my job, and then like get a better job or something like that. And if I had a job I loved, like I wouldn't have the money, but it means like if I hated the job, it probably means I'd have no time at all because the job I'd hate would mean there's no flexibility and all that. My dream job, well, at least it would be flexible. So I'd have the time to figure out how to make money and all that, right? So in the past, my brain would have been like doing the math on how do I get back to alignment? And here's what I realized, that with the tools we have in coaching, I honestly, like, my autopilot kicked in at first and I started going, okay, let me do the math, which one would be better? And then I realized really fast, it doesn't really matter. I would personally choose the dream job with only enough money for basic necessities because I suspect that it would be a smaller jump to my dream job and making money, because that would be a different problem to solve. I'd figure it out. Might not be overnight, and that's okay, but I have 100% confidence that I would figure out how to monetize my dream job.
Well, I think you're doing that right now.
Yeah, it's true. And now I know this because I would have before been like, I'd love to do that, but I can't, and I wouldn't be able to, and I don't know, I wouldn't make money, right? So I've done it. But I also know, even if you said you can't be a coach, by the way, you have to start from scratch. I know I could do it. I've got the tools. I also could teach anybody to do it. If I had a high-paying job that I hated, I know exactly how I'd be able to get out and figure out and get aligned as well. But here's why I would choose option A. My emotional effort I needed to manage my mind when I was in a job I hated, to me, that was much harder than when I was in a dream job, but I had money stresses because I had parts where it wasn't paying the basic necessities, and it was very, very, very stressful and hard. But to me, when I was in a job that I hated, that paid well, I found it much harder to be curious, to be creative, and to make space for that, and even to hold on to the desire.
Yeah. It's true
for me personally.
You end up fighting your natural gift. You're suppressing, there's a part of yourself you're suppressing, and you're trying to be this person that you think you need to be good at the job that you hate.
And some people, that's personal. Yeah, that's me as well. That's both of us. Some people might hate the job, but it's them, and it doesn't have that level of disalignment. It might just be the hours are terrible or something like that, right?
Right. Or they're selling something like asbestos, like something fundamentally
or just
terrible
even something
for the
boring.
world. I don't know.
Or maybe they're just like, I don't care about driving shareholder value, which is my thing. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care who buys what. Like, when I was doing marketing, I'm like, I just don't care who drinks what beer or buys what beauty product.
For me, it's like, yeah, it is for sure. Like you talked about the emotional effort. There's an energy thing that goes with that emotional effort. And I found I was very drained, and that I would just try to fill. I got into a lot of debt several years ago, being in a situation like that, where I was just trying to fill my, even though I was making good money, I just kept spending or planning or spending, and ultimately hurting myself and my future self by spending to feel better. That was my thing. For some people, it might be eating to feel better. For
eating
some people,
sugar.
Done that. Interesting, right? Yeah, you're just trying to get a hit of something that makes you feel better, right? Whatever that is for you.
Yeah, which is so like numbing, and well, different people have, again, different ones. Or just being in denial. Like you're one of the areas I know we're different, everybody's different, is some people, when they're in a stressful situation, they like ruminate and stress and think about it. Pros and cons to both of these, by the way. And other people, their superpower is denial. And I'm a pretty happy person naturally, like I really am. And I'm also really like, I have so many amazing people in my life, and like there's always been things I can find that I'm joyful about and happy about. Yeah. So I'm like so good at denial if something isn't going well. And that was actually working against me, because it would lead to me settling sometimes for things that I didn't need to settle for. So anyway, I just thought this was such an interesting thing when you and I started discussing a bit. And so to those of you that I was being like, I think it was Karen, I don't remember who else, but when and it's just like, you're like, neither. I think because a few people said that and I'm like, I roll and I'm like, no. This is just, you wake up with it. You don't have a choice in that part. Yes, they both suck. That's the whole point. Right? Because imagine if I'd said, and you have a dream and you have a job that you are happy with and you're comfortable with your levels of money. Who wouldn't choose that? Like, you kind of have to be an idiot.
You know,
right?
what's the other crazy thing after the week you and I have had, like supporting someone through major change in their life? How lucky are we that actually it's not that binary, and really the binary is in our own minds, and we actually have more choice and more power over these decisions than we might think we have in the moment. And so if you hear me saying that and you're like, I do, like, I encourage you to get in touch with us, because yes, you do. You have so much more power over this than you think. And we live in this amazing, I mean, we have clients all over the world, but in Canada, where Steph and I are based, we live in this amazing country where we have so much choice as women, as you and I have learned through recent events. And like, yeah, let's use that to our advantage, and let's make the world a better place while we're doing it. I know I'm so idealistic.
You just went really wide there, didn't you?
I always do. I can't help it. I go, woo. Okay, bring it back.
I'm just going to bring it in. I'm just going to bring it in and be really specific and say that if you feel that you're stuck a little bit in either one of these and you don't know how to get to the place where you're thrilled with your life and you're in control and you're moving towards alignment, is it overnight? No. Doesn't work that way. Is it just about wishing really hard and being like positive? No, it's not that. But if you're feeling a little bit stuck, we've helped so many people with that, and we can help you. And if you set up a call, I will take you through exactly how, and you can see if it's a fit. But like I feel really passionate about this just because I've been stuck in both, and it was really hard, and both of them held me back in so many ways. So that's why, like, I'm so excited that it is my dream job. I basically get paid to help people be thrilled with their life and feel that spark of, I'm excited about my life. And by the way, I don't care how old you are, because there's such bullshit about it's too late bullshit.
Right.
We want you to feel that spark. Quick thing, we're moving our event. Some people have bought tickets. I'm going to be in touch with you personally because we're going to offer you some stuff. But just, we had a whole lot of requests for people like, are you doing one a bit later? But they wanted the same thing. So we made an executive decision. We're moving our event to October 6th.
October 6th, Wednesday, October
6th.
Yeah.
And we decided while we were at it, we're going to change the tagline because it's a bit more accurate. And it's like, we want you to feel that spark and feeling control of your life, whether it be something like just you want to get in shape again because you haven't been, or whether it's like, I hate my job and my life and I don't know how to change it, or just, this is fine, but I want more, like any of those. Or I've been meaning to start that side hustle that I haven't yet.
Or how do I get that thing that so-and-so has? Like, there's something in there too, I find. Like, you see the possibility in someone else and you're like, well, that couldn't be me.
I wish I could do that.
I wish I could do that. And like, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I feel like right now, because you're bathed in this like God sunlight thingy, like it's like, I feel like your words are more empowered by this beam of light that is, dappling over you right now. So everyone should just listen.
I'd also like to say it's a little weird that I'm wearing pink.
I mean, I didn't call it out. I'm wearing black and you're wearing pink, and I was like, something's wrong.
Opposites day. It's opposites day.
All right, everyone, have a great weekend. This will be up all weekend.
Have an amazing weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, how do we stop the sharing? Stop live on Facebook. Stop live stream. Done.
I feel like I should have done a closing credits song.
I actually think that was great. So
you're still recording. So let's say goodbye to the YouTubers.
Oh no, I've already said good. Oh right.